October 14. Never ashamed. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. Matthew 10:32. Gracious promise. It is a great joy to me to confess my Lord. Whatever my faults may be, I am not ashamed of Jesus, nor do I fear to declare the doctrines of his cross. O Lord, I have not hid thy righteousness within my heart. Sweet is the prospect which the text sets before me. Friends forsake and enemies exult, but the Lord does not disown his servant. Doubtless my Lord will loan me even here and give me new tokens of his favorable regard. But there comes a day when I must stand before the great Father. What bliss to think that Jesus will confess me then. He will say, "This man truly trusted me and was willing to be reproached for my name's sake, and therefore I acknowledge him as mine." The other day a great man was made a knight, and the queen handed him a jeweled garter. But what of that? It will be an honor beyond all honors for the Lord Jesus to confess us in the presence of the divine Majesty in the heavens. Never let me be ashamed to own my Lord. Never let me indulge a cowardly silence or allow a faint-hearted compromise. Shall I blush to own him who promises to own me? Shall I blush to own him who promises to own me? Shall I blush to own him who promises to own me? Charles Spurgeon's Faith's Checkbook, in the voice of Eduardo Tejeda. Public Gospel, everything related to the Gospel by Eduardo Tejeda. The prayer of this day was focused a lot on shining. Brother or sister, many times for not wanting to have controversial problems, we are going to decrease our brightness, our light. I don't know about you, but I don't think so anymore for me. I've been in charge of proving it all this week long. I was in the background, knowing that I was special, that I had a special light for 15 or 20 years ago. Always thinking, oh well, it's just not my time. It's that he or she must be there, not me. Well, not me, not anymore. Now fuck them. I'm going to shine, and if I have to crush them, that's how it's going to be. Don't decrease that light. You don't want to turn off that light because someone bothers it. If they go blind because of your light, let them go blind. I don't reduce the light if they like it or not. If the door gets closed because you have the light, glory be to God, because it means that they don't tolerate your light, and it's okay, and it makes sense, right? Darkness does not prevail over light. If a place is dark, it changes drastically and radically when the light is turned on. This darkness that you see here is them. This light that is going to come is you. It affects, changes drastically, alters the atmosphere of the place. And I don't know if you distinguish, but when the light is turned on, there is a millisecond in which you see more light. Look, dazzles, do you see? And then later it is regulated, reaching the exact tonality. But at the beginning comes the crush. Let them go to pray. You shine. Let them go to hell. You shine. You shine. Not because of they liked, because you're liked. And you know that you have been in dark since long time ago. God took years for you to change that way of thinking. That is okay. It is certain level of humility is always as recognizable as God is real. It's okay. It is called being centered, having your feet on the ground, knowing your place on earth, being realistic, but behind all that humility, all that realism, all that ubiquity, all that centrality of your place on earth, there are also fears that God had to remove. Fear of making an effort, fear of succeeding, fear of prospering, fear of moving forward. And God took years to remove all that. Each place, each person had a specific purpose for you. You can no longer say that it is humility. You can no longer say that it is not that the other is better. No, not anymore. Now it's your turn to shine. You've been already shown. You have already shown your humility. Now you are going to do what is yours. You are going to receive what is yours, and believe me, many are going to be very uncomfortable. They are going to get upset. Many are going to be offended so much. They are going to be indignant. Let them go to pray. Let them go now. Just like you and I used to pray when we had problems. Well, they can go to pray now. Yes, let them go to pray. Now it's their turn to learn that humility that you have already learned. If you have noticed that we also pray when we feel afflicted, tired, attacked, restless, that we have conflicts with the justice and the injustice that we have had to live at some stage of our life. There will come a time when your light, your way to shine, now it is going to cause them that need to pray and to seek God. What a way to evangelize, right? It's not just that I stand on public roads, open my Bible and preach. Not only is a video recorded talking about Christ, but now God changed your sight, and now you are an instrument that will cause others to learn modesty and humility. What a way to shine, what a way to evangelize. Glory be to God.
Public Gospel. Everything related to the gospel by Eduardo Tejeda. Follow, subscribe, and share Public Gospel in social media. Also, you can write to publicgospel1@gmail.com. Public Gospel. Everything related to the gospel by Eduardo Tejeda.